All right, everyone, we're going to start with a couple questions from our in-person media, and then we'll get started on all of y'all's questions.
Cuonzo, over the last two games, you guys have shown a lot of, defensive improvement and intensity. What do you think was kind of the difference tonight that allowed Florida State to shoot 61% from the floor?
They were aggressive. They played with athleticism, got to the rim, made plays. Good one-on-one players. We felt like our one-on-one defense had to be at a premium, first and foremost. And when they have bigs in there that not really shooters, our bigs have to do a better job protecting the paint with our ball screen cover. But I just thought because we couldn't get into an offensive flow, they were getting on transition, got a steal. I think it was 23 points in the first half off turnovers, and it just made plays from there, and we could never get over the hump.
What do you think was the biggest factor that led to some of those turnovers and really allowed those to start stacking up?
Well, you have to give credit to their defense, their length, their athleticism, because I thought we passed up some threes, and I thought even in the shot figure getting to the rim, I think Javon was maybe 2 for 12, Quaye 2 for 11. So I thought we had action at the rim, but maybe their length caused us to miss some shots. But because we had, but I thought we settled, and again, making an extra pass, making an extra play. We knew that would be the key with these guys, but also trying to get mismatches and get opportunities for our bigs in the post when they have guards switching, because they switch 5 different ways. They're one of the few teams that they don't allow you to run offense or set your traditional sets. So you got to be able to make one-on-one plays. You got to be able to get the ball inside to your bigs when they have smaller guys defending.
All right, Ben, go ahead.
Dave, you can start.
Cuonzo, not just their length, but their depth too. It seems like Coach Hamilton could sub in 5 guys at a time and stay fresh. Just how much of a challenge is that style?
Well, it's a challenge when they're able to be a factor as far as using their length, when they bring guys inside, big guys that can block shots, and they switch in 5 different ways. So normally you have 5 different guys switching 5 different ways, and there's a traditional big, meaning a 7-footer. You figure there's an advantage somewhere, but their length, their athleticism, they get into passing lanes, they force you to make one-on-one plays. So if you don't have 4 or 5 guys consistently making one-on-one plays, it can be a long night for you. But I thought we passed up some three-point shots. And what we said before the game, when you have the three-point shot, you have to take it, because that might be your best shot right there. Because what happens is that those guards, they'll press up and they'll try to corral you into those big guys in the paint. And again, like I said, we had some opportunities at the paint, but just didn't capitalize.
Mitchell.
Hey, Cuonzo, we've seen a few games in a row where it's been a little bit of a slow start scoring-wise in the first half. Is there anything you can kind of put your finger on that needs to be fixed to kind of correct that?
Certainly making shots. I think making shots and getting the floor, making shots. And that's, you can always sit there and say that, but watching film, we'll go back and watch film, just getting into offensive flow, getting an offense where we can operate at the three-point line, not necessarily at half court. When they're pressuring our point guards, we got to start our offense. When our point guard get across half court, so we got to initiate our offense before he gets there, because they pressure us out, extending us out. And all of a sudden now we're trying to operate an offense with, 15, 14, 13 seconds on the shot clock. So we got that off the top of my head, but also making shots. I thought we missed a lot at the rim tonight. I thought we passed up some three-point shots. But I have to go back and watch film on both games to be more specific. But I thought, I do think Kobe in both games was assertive, very aggressive. I think what happens with him, he gets in foul trouble. But even in foul trouble, I think he's done a good job of being assertive and being aggressive and making plays.
Ben.
Cuonzo, I know it's going to be a different kind of game on Friday against Wichita State, but how important is it psyche-wise for your team to bounce back on Friday night?
You always want to win. You're playing a home game, you always want to win. I mean, Wichita State's a talented team. But there are few teams, if any, that has that length and athleticism, especially on the interior of Florida State. When we have 3 to 4 7-footers, and then if you don't have a 7-footer, it's a 6'9", probably your best player in Osborne. So again, they're a talented team. They play well together, and again, they do a great job of corralling you to that paint, because they're not allowing you to take many threes. And when you have them, you have to take opportunities. But again, Wichita State is a talented team. I've seen them from afar. I hadn't really started watching film on them. We'll do that tomorrow.
Eric, you can have the last question.
Hey, Cuonzo, it seemed like just the depth from the bigs tonight just didn't kind of get the job done in the way you wanted. What lacks in your offense when you're not getting production on the inside, and where can you kind of see some improvements from them?
Well, if you saw the night before, and I would consider Ronnie and Kobe are part of the big core. When you saw the night before and the comeback win, those guys being able to stretch the floor and make 3-point shots. So now when you take those opportunities away from those guys, that's five-way switching. We felt like the opportunity, especially with Jordan and Yaya somewhat, when they switch those ball screens, we should have an advantage on how big with a smaller guy. But again, their length, their athleticism, they don't allow you to see the interior as well. And just even offensive rebounding opportunities. So again, just areas we got to continue to improve spacing wise, because we're flowing better when we're able to set those ball screens to get into our offense.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.